Okay, my name is Jody Lynn Tolley. I teach here at Skyline High School and I teach American Sign Language. And technology has made all the difference in my classroom. I use technology every day and it's an important aspect of my classroom. If technology was ever taken, not only would I cry, but the students would too. It doesn't just make it interesting, it makes learning more accessible. So we use Chromebooks, and I have a classroom set of 40 Chromebooks. I have my Chromebook over here on my desk, and we use those regularly throughout my classroom, and we were able to get those because I'm part of the Educational Technology Endorsement Program, which has been phenomenal. Every time I go to class, I learn something, and it's always applicable, and I think, oh, I know how I'm going to use that. I know how to take that and use this. So one of the things that we do here is we are teaching students about American Sign Language, and we're using American Sign Language to do that. How are you going to teach them about deaf art if they don't have the language that uses it, that's necessary to discuss openly about deaf art?
So your kids are all actually hearing?
Oh, they're all hearing. They're
Okay.
learning how to sign. And so we take that and we open up a Chromebook and we start being able to use it as a tool, another option for communication. So now we have, okay, yeah, we can sign about it and I can learn the signs about it, but now I can talk about it in a different format, and I can read about it because my teacher may not be able to make herself totally known about who this deaf artist is and things like that. I mean, I can put the stuff up for them, but now they're getting to control their own language, and now they get to control their own learning, which is a whole different game. Well, we want to talk about deaf culture. I can explain it, but sometimes it's a little hard to explain, particularly when the cultural rules contradict the cultural rules that the hearing students are used to. For example, if two people are in a hallway and someone needs to walk between them, as hearing people would stop and say, excuse me, I'm sorry, I need to get through here. Deafs do not do that. That's considered rude because you interrupted the conversation. It's more polite just to walk between. And as I try to explain that to students using ASL, sometimes for some of the students, they catch on right away because they're really good at ASL and that's their thing. For other students, they're like, so we stop, right? No, we don't stop. So we stop, right? What Chromebook does is gives another outlet to say, okay, you didn't catch it in ASL, but you can probably catch it in English. And let's flip it. So although my classroom is not a flipped classroom, I am working to get my classroom flipped. And that's a slow process, but a good thing. Wouldn't it be great if they could go home, pull up their book or their computer or whatever, get a preview of what I'm going to say. Now they got the English basis, walk into my classroom. Now I'm going to teach that same lesson, but I'm going to do it in ASL. But they have a base, they have a knowledge of what I'm going to talk about prior to. How great is that? We do a lot of work on our Chromebooks, lots of projects, lots of, okay, you're going to get together in a group. This is your topic. Decide how you're going to present. Use your Chromebooks. It's so great. Just share the information with me. Now I can pop it up on the board. Now everybody in the class can do it. We can be responsible for teaching. It's a side note. I actually had 3 students come back to me this year, 3, and say, thank you so much for teaching me Canvas. And I said, oh, finally I'm like, hey, okay, you got it. You got to explain this to me. Why is this so important? When I hear all the moans, oh, Canvas, you got to explain to me, why is this so important? They said, because I watched all my roommates cry when they couldn't figure it out. And colleges don't teach you, but you taught us. So we knew when we went to college how to handle it. I said, wait a second, you're going to BYU. BYU uses Blackboard. They don't use Canvas. She said, yeah, but you gave me the foundation, and Blackboard is close enough to Canvas that I could figure it out, and I was able to teach all my roommates, and we all stopped crying. And she said, if you hadn't taught me this, I'm not sure that I would have been as successful in school. So that was a life skill you taught me. Canvas is amazing. Canvas is totally amazing. It can change the lives of my students, because if you miss in this class, you're toast. This is a 3D class. I don't have a 3D book for you. What are you going to do? You can go to Canvas Now I have, okay, albeit not perfect, but I got YouTube up, and you can find good examples and poor examples, because you can find good things on YouTube that will say, this one may not be perfect, but it gives you a good idea. It's a good starting place. Or, don't do this. This is going to be an F. This is not going to be good for you. So, I love Canvas. I'm a true supporter of Canvas. I do an amazing, fun project that the students love. And it's really fun to start off with ASL 1 because they don't have any background knowledge. Now, ASL 3, they can do really well now. But ASL 1, I put up a song, and somebody's signing their song. And they're horrible. And I know they're horrible. And I'm like, what do you think? And the whole class, oh, so good. That was so good. Did you like it? Did you like it? Did you really? Wait a second. What about this and this and this and this? If you put it up on YouTube, we now have the right to discriminate against you because you made it public. So let's go ahead, unless we know the student, let's go ahead and analyze what we think. And all of a sudden they're like, oh, wait a second, maybe this isn't so good. Then I put up someone good with the same song. And I said, well, what do you think of this? And they're like, yeah, that was better. But without a teacher, the students wouldn't know good from bad because they don't have enough background knowledge. And they don't have somebody putting all the little pieces together. That's my job. That's what I do. And nothing that can be plugged in can do that for you. You have to have an educator in the room to get you to where you need to be.